welcome back to my channel. It's me, Caroline. I hope y'all are doing good, having a good day. Okay, so today I'm gonna do another story time, and it's gonna be about, can you guess? It's about the time that I lost my, you got it, virginity. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, the look on my face, you can read people's emotions by their looks. And yeah, this wasn't a good one. I was about to be 18. It was in the summer and I had just graduated high school. And anyways, let me tell you, okay, when I was in junior high, I was so shy. I hardly talked to anybody. I kept to myself. When I went to high school, I thought I'm gonna come out of my shell, you know, I'm gonna make friends, I'm gonna talk to people, and it's gonna be different than junior high. I'm gonna open up and not be so, you know, introverted and so reclusive. But no, I was the same. Like, I was, like, felt like I was even more shy. And I would walk with my head down and there was like all these cute guys, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I would, you know, it's one of those things, like some of y'all girls are gonna know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, they're so dreamy, they're so cute. Like, we would make a good couple if they would just notice me, and like you want them to notice you so bad, but they don't. Okay, so long story short, on the high school thing, I went all throughout high school without ever dating anyone. I was just way too shy, okay? But what I'm getting at, why all this has to do with me losing my virginity, is because I just want you to understand where I came from and why I, you know, didn't get with anybody or whatever until I was 17, because I started to not be shy after I graduated high school. I still was, but I was slowly coming out of my shell. So anyways, here it is this summer, and I've got two sisters. My younger sister, she was dating someone. My older sister, she had a boyfriend, of course, you know, and me, here, the middle child, I'm just like, where do I fit in, you know? And it's like, those two had already, you know, lost their virginity. My sister has this older guy friend that's in his 20s, and his name is Josh. And I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. And she was like hanging out with him, but they're just friends. At the house one day, or at our apartment where we lived, and he comes over in his Jeep, and he tells my sister, he said, call her out here, like to the car or whatever, to come talk to me. He's like, she's really cute and I like her. I want to see what's up with her or whatever. I went out there and I talked to him and all that, and he said, do you want to go for a ride in my Jeep, you know, with the top down, blah blah blah, and we'll like blast the music and like just chill and all that. And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. So, you know, we both ended up liking the same kind of music, which is 90s alternative, and had like some things in common and stuff. And I remember he reached over and he put his hand like on my leg and then grabbed my hand and was holding my hand and then like kissed my hand. And I was like so nervous. I was like boiling inside with anxiety, dude. Because if any of y'all have anxiety, y'all know like certain things can trigger it, and you're just like your blood pressure, you go from like 90 to nothing. You're like, oh, okay. So I got nervous. I was like, oh my god, the first guy to ever hold my hand. I was like, oh, but this feels good. Like him, like kind of like rubbing, you know, he's like rubbing my hand and stuff. So anyways, okay, we're hanging out and all that, and he drops me off, and then he says, would you like to come over tomorrow night, which was the weekend? And he said, I'm gonna cook for you. And he said, I'm gonna cook some spaghetti or whatever, and we can watch movies and eat. He goes, and whenever you're ready to go home, I'll take you home. And I was like, okay, but I was like nervous because I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to go to his house and be alone with him. Like, if he tries to bust a move, I'm like, you know, what am I gonna do? So I was so nervous. Ah! And so anyways, okay, the next day came or whatever. I got all dolled up and stuff like that. You know, that means like you do your hair, your makeup, and put the cute clothes on and all that other stuff. Anyways, so he picked me up and I went over to his house and we sat there and we watched movies while he was cooking. And I went in the kitchen and I was like helping him and stuff. And I thought, oh, he's like really sweet and he hadn't tried to bust a move or nothing yet. Like, you know, he's like has respect for me and stuff. And came back and he was like, can I kiss you? He came back, like he sat in the bed and he like leaned over kind of like this and he's like, can I kiss you? And I was like, yeah. And I was thinking, oh my god, my first kiss. Like, he's gonna think like, oh, this guy's so cute. Like, I'm gonna embarrass myself because I'm gonna be all with my tongue because I've never kissed and I don't know how to do it, dude. So I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. Well, the only way is to practice, like they said, just get it done, freaking get it over with, and you'll be good. So I sat there and I was, you know, kissing him and stuff, and then he just like got my face and was like caressing it and holding it and like running his hands through my hair and all that, and like, you know, touching all over me just like this and stuff. And actually I didn't feel nervous. It was weird. It was like I felt really good, you know, you get all spiced up and all that jazz. But I got all spiced up and he was making me feel really good and he gave me like chills and he was like, do you want a back massage? I was like, oh my god, here we go. I was like, ah! And something told me, like I just knew in my head that he was gonna go in for it and I was just gonna do it. Like, I know that I said I wanted like him to be my boyfriend or somebody to be my boyfriend and be in love with him or whatever before I just did it. But I was like, I just had a feeling, I just knew. I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose it, like, you know, whatever. So I turned over and he was rubbing my back and all that, and he like pulled my shirt up and he undid my bra and stuff, and he said, I want to take this off. So he went, you know, undid all 3 little snaps. And I was like, okay, now I'm starting to get nervous because I don't want him to see me because I'm like kind of flat chested, which now I'm not, you know, thanks to my kids that I had. They gave me some breast, but I was flat chested. I mean, I barely had little A cups and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna see the little A cups. I'm like so embarrassed. Woo! You know, and I was just like worried about every little thing, dude. But like, when I think about it now, like honestly, it doesn't matter because guys don't really look at it like that. Like, they're not looking at you like you think they are. They're not even paying attention. They're just up in the heat of the moment trying to get something. Anyways, so I know that now. But at the time I didn't, so I was all worried about it and all freaking out and stuff. And he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, you kind of like just tensed up like, and I'm like, I'm just a little nervous. He you know, was like, it's okay. And he was like rubbing like on the side, you know, like trying to cop a feel, like running your hands on the side kind of like this. And then he just kept feeling, and I was like, oh my god, he's looking for my tits and he can't find them because I'm so freaking flat chested. Ah, you know. And I was so freaking embarrassed, dude, because I'm like, all these girls got boobs and I'm over here like as flat as a freaking pancake. My back like my little A cups. Okay. Barely came out of the training bra session. Okay, so anyways, he's all feeling on the side like this and then like rubbing, and there's not enough to grab. He's like, just there's like a tiny bit just like that and stuff. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Ooh, that feels good, you know. I'm like, they might be small, but I can feel something. Like, I can, you know, there's feeling in there. I got some kind of boobs there because I can feel him rubbing on them and stuff. So anyways, like, he just like flipped me over real fast, like boop. He like flipped me over or whatever, and he like got in between my legs, like laying in between my legs, and he was like going up and down, like rubbing himself on me and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, this feels good. I was like, oh my gosh. It's like I was nervous, but it felt good. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. Anyways, so we were like fooling around and all this stuff, and anyway, we ended up with all of our clothes off, and I was very embarrassed for him to like see me because like the freaking lights were on, dude. And I'm like, I even said, no, I don't want you to see me. And he said, just let me see it. I said, no. I said, just pull the covers up and do it. And he's like, no. And I mean, he asked me, he's like, are you a virgin? And I said, yeah. Can you not tell? And he said, yeah. He said, I just was asking because he goes, I don't know, do you want to do this? And I said, I don't know. And he goes, I really want you, babe, and all this stuff, and was like rubbing my face. He's like, but it's up to you. And I'm like, just freaking do it already, dude. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I freaking went along with it. Anyway, he got, you know, in whatever, and started going at it and doing it and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, this hurts. We were just like doing it and stuff, and then like, you know, he grabbed like a condom, put it on, and then, you know, into the condom, whatever. And so anyways, afterwards and stuff, then he was like, we were just laying there for a minute, and he was holding me, and then he's like, okay, well, I gotta go to work tomorrow. He's like, can I take you home? And I was like, yeah. And so I went home and stuff thinking, oh, I'm in love with this guy. Oh my god, you know, me being dramatic. I was like, oh, I'm so in love with him and he loves me. You know, he was touching my face, calling me baby, blah, blah, blah. He said he wanted me to be his, and it was like some fairy tale. And I was just like, oh, this is like how, you know, I wanted it to go down and all that. Like somebody that wanted me and not just, you know, was gonna use me and all this. So little did I know he was a player, okay? He just used me for my virginity, and that was it. The next day or whatever, when he told me he'd call me, he never freaking called me. He never texted me. I told my sister, I was all upset and everything, and she's like, just calm down, it's okay, dude, you know, whatever. She's like, he'll contact you, just don't keep like trying to contact him. And I was like, okay. And so then she talked to him and stuff, and she's like, what's up? Like, you and my sister got it on, you took her virginity or whatever, and like now you're just gonna ditch her? Like, what's going on? Like, where's your mind at? What's the deal? And he's like, yeah, I ain't got time for a relationship because I work too much, you know this, we've been friends for a while. And she's like, dude, you need to straight up tell her how you feel and be a man about it and stuff. Like, she's all like, has her feelings involved and caught feelings and stuff, and you know, she gave herself to you. And she's like, I know when I did that, I felt like that with the guy and stuff. She's like, you need to come out and do it. Like, be straight up with her and tell her and stuff like that. Don't make her feel bad and belittled, you know, and all this stuff or whatever. Like she's not wanted, or she's gonna be thinking in her head, oh, I wasn't any good in bed, he wasn't attracted to me, he wasn't turned on enough, he was, you know, I'm not his type, or I wasn't doing it right in bed, or I didn't know how to kiss, I didn't know how to have sex, or, you know, all those thoughts. And it's like, she was exactly right. I was thinking all that, you know, but like she told him straight up. And then he called me and he's like, hey, I just wanted to tell you that if I ever want to hit it again, I'll freaking call you or whatever, because it was some good stuff. But as far as a relationship and all that, he's like, don't catch feelings, because I ain't about that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I was like, what? All that stuff you told me and everything? And he's like, yeah, it was just to get in bed. And he's like, I wanted, you know, I ain't never been with a virgin or whatever, so I wanted, you know, to take somebody's virginity. And I was like, wow, the fact that you actually just came right out and said that and everything. If I ever want to hit it, he's like, I will call you though. He's like, cause yeah, you know, it was good times, good times. I'm like, oh yeah, good times, yeah. And I'm over here with my feelings all hurt, crying and everything over you, and you don't even give a damn. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I shouldn't even have done it. I was like, I shouldn't have done it. Anyways, you know, that's one of my learning lessons in life. The guy didn't care about me. He was just using me. He told me everything I wanted to hear to get me in bed, and it worked. And I got suckered in. Like, I was naive. I didn't know. I didn't have the experience, and it is what it is. But, you know, it was a learning lesson, and it taught me a lot. My point is that I want y'all to save yourselves, please, for somebody that loves you and is willing to wait for you to feel comfortable and be ready, and, you know, do it whenever you want to do it. Not because you're pressured or other people are telling you anything, or you feel like everyone else is doing it or anything like that. You do it whenever you feel like your heart is ready and you feel like this person really does care about me. But, you know, losing your virginity is a special thing because, you know, you always remember your first. And he never called me again, never texted me again or anything, and was just done with me. And my sister like quit being his friend. She's like, jerk. You know, it made her mad too because she's like, I'm sorry. And I said, it's okay. I told her, I said, it's not your fault, it was my choice. Anyway, if there's anything that you can take from this story, please just take the fact that you are worth everything, okay? You have a beautiful spirit. You are beautiful inside and out. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care what flaws you have on your face or your body, that, you know, none of that matters. It's all irrelevant, okay? It's what's in the heart is what counts, okay? So you wait for somebody to come into your life that will touch your heart and that will be patient with you and take their time with you, and you don't feel like you have to rush or do what others are doing just to fit in and stuff like that. So don't crack under pressure. Don't be a follower like me. Now I'm a leader, but don't be a follower like I was. I didn't know, I didn't have the experience, so I got suckered in, you know, and it is what it is. But you know, it was a learning lesson, and it taught me a lot. But you know, I just don't want y'all to get hurt the way that I did. I don't like to see people hurting. I don't like for people to do other people wrong. I ain't about no hate or any of that, and using people, bullying, any of that, none of it. So my point is, because I carry on and on, I'm sorry. My point is that I want y'all to save yourselves, please, for somebody that loves you and is willing to wait for you to feel comfortable and be ready, and you know, do it whenever you want to do it, not because you're pressured or other people are telling you anything, or you feel like everyone else is doing it or anything like that. You do it whenever you feel like your heart is ready and you feel like this person really does care about me. But you know, losing your virginity is a special thing, because you know, you always remember your first. Like, I'm not saying you don't remember the people after that, like, you know, however many you've been with or whatever. Some have only been with a few, some have been with a lot. But you know, I look back on it and I think, you know, I should have followed my heart instead of my mind of what everyone was telling me to do. My heart was saying, don't do it, wait and see, wait for a guy to come along, you know, that's special and that cares for you and that's willing to wait and all that. But you know, I got suckered in and pressured, and I went with peer pressure, and I cracked under pressure. Hey, but you know, I pray that y'all don't do that, and I hope that y'all don't do that or whatever, and I hope that y'all will wait for someone that loves you. But that is my story, and he never called me again, never texted me again or anything, and was just done with me. And my sister like quit being his friend. She's like, jerk, you know. It made her mad too, because she's like, I'm sorry. And I said, it's okay. I told her, I said, it's not your fault, it was my choice. And she said, I wasn't trying to pressure you or anything. She said, I didn't even think